Crash landing into an island vacation might be 2026 vibes. So this is Tiki a Coco. Love this new course from Walkabout. So a hole one, just taking it off the wing over there, keeps it in the area really well for that birdie. If you get lucky on the ace though, of course, we'll take it. If you come off disoriented from the plane crash, you can always try taking it off the crates over there. That also gets it up the hill pretty good. So 2 is that very straight putt. If you don't like going through the center, there are ways to bank it around the side that will still get it in the hole. That one does shave that corner a little closely. For 3, there's quite a few ways to get the ball to get into the area of the hole, because there's nice flat boards up there that'll just angle it right over. We had the straight one, got a little tap off the side for this one. And when you just gotta be different. On 4, we got to get into that top section to hope for an ace, because it does not automatically go in the hole. But here you can see a lot of times, even when you don't get that, you can get a line and get that birdie anyway. Aiming for that light green stripe just as the hill is starting gives us a nice safe path to bank it back and forth and get it where we want it. On 5, the rock to the right's got a nice angle on it. That one will sometimes put you right in the hole. So it can be banked off the back, and a way to aim for that is that dot right there. It goes just to the right of that one, but that's something to aim for, and it will bank back to the hole a lot of times. So on 6, our usual path, we are aiming for that chute. And hopefully it drops it in. It is not a gimme, but it happens often enough. And when you aim for that, it might be forgiving even when you miss. Can take it off the side. Let's see if it'll bounce right on in there. Or way outside. Take it off the rock. Lots of ways it would end up in the chute. Obviously not doing any of the crazy stuff if the score is really counting. And certainly not trying that. But had to do it at least once. So 7 gives us this nice little ramp to work with, pop it over, but it does like to go out beyond it, so it's a little tricky to pace it to get it to stay inside the area where the hole is. Yeah, got a ramp, got a dunk. If one just hates the ramp, here is a path that does pretty reliably get you around and in the back section. So that is the area we're aiming for. And you have to just practice the pace, and that will put it near the hole. All right, for 8, we're coming off a ramp, but then also there's the ramp out there. So this lucky ace hit the wooden trim and still managed to catch things right to drop into the hole. Not really reliable for gameplay. So right there, tapping it down right there, and then it came back off the coconut guy. That's a little more predictable to go for. Even if it doesn't catch the coconut guy, it's going to lay you up in the area nicely. So it's tapping into the front section of green, but right towards the back. All right, 9. Now we have to avoid our fire twirlers. This is a just long straight putt. Yeah, if the whole place burns down, you know it was me. All right, 10. Well, thought, hey, cut it to the edge, try to catch the beam off the back. I mean, in game, just go in like this, because you're going to get laid up in the area regardless. But there's this dot, you know, if you love a good dot on that hill, it's a good path to aim for. But it has everything to do, of course, with pacing for how, you know, where did you hit it and what the pacing is to go over that arch. So I don't know how useful a dot is per se. That rock to the right, sometimes will pop it up and over for you. But why do that in game, of course? You can just go over the hill and be in the area. All right, 11. So that's where you want to bank it, and it's going to give you a line straight to the hole. It can be banked from the right. All right, 12. This one I have to remember to hit softer than I think.
Nice one.
So just aiming towards the back of that particular beam to your left, and that is going to get it to bounce over to the hill. But if you hit it too hard, it's going to tap off that wall over there and come right back at you. It can be ace to the right, but certainly trickier. All right, 13. That ace, just banking that off the wall over there, because in game, I mean, basically you're just hoping to get that banked back in the area and get yourself a line. 14. So doing that towards that rock is going to help guarantee you don't go out and try to get you set up to get it in two. Easy peasy. It's not going to really get an ace, but love a good easy birdie. One thing about it is if it goes up into the stairs, hold that trigger, because it has a tilt there that's going to run it back down on the course. but you can't see the ball under the stairs and you might give up on it. So for the ace, you can kind of aim straight towards it as long as you can watch that pacing and not fly out the back. See, he's applauding, he knows. So that rock to the side over there will also give you a nice little line to the hole. Can't see doing that instead, but I don't know. I like to try different things. Yeah, that's just rude. Disrespectful. So when you first go to the hole, the computer kind of has you set at a certain angle, and this seemed to be the way it had me set when I went, and I just putted that, and there it was, went right in the hole. Of course, pacing changes everything, but that little hop off the pyramid perfectly banked it back there and round into the hole. So there's a path there to the right if one wants to try that. I felt like it was a little harder to lay it up nicely at the hole, but not that much harder. All right, 16. So maybe for some eagles just past that post there, often would get it back into that area. Also tapping it right here up front. Kind of bounces it over there with some consistency. I like the rock on the right a lot. I'm not sure yet which one I think may be most consistent, and of course each person's going to find however they putt that something might work better than another. The rock to the right is a little better for me right now, but here's an ace from the left. And then one from the right. I did get the right one first, but didn't take long to get the left one either. A lot of lucky little bounces in there. All right, 17 easy. This was the hardest hole from easy and hard in Tiki. Just trying to jump it maybe straight up there. I did not do that for long, but there was a number of things there showing just shooting it completely over the ramp. But basically stuck to using the ramp. And the thing is, it goes to the hole a lot. I mean, lots of things I did would go right next to the hole, right near the hole. But often it's just coming in too hot, or the angle doesn't quite want to dunk it down. It's like, oh my goodness, this is going to be one of those holes that can take so long to get to, and you get to it all the time. It just won't drop in. So I'm going to give better close-up on this, but there's a dot on the light band of carpet on the long board, right before the first short board. Once you see it, it sticks in your head. But that dot very consistently would put me right on the hole. And so still think I'll be trying that in game. So that was slightly left of that dot when it finally did that. Launched over the ramp and managed to actually drop in the hole. Not just every edge of the hole, but in. I was like, oh, thank God. Because I had done that 80, 90 times. All right, 18 on easy, not too bad. Wish I could say that for hard. But this one goes in nice and easy. Even took it off the side, like first try. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna go back and see how lucky that was.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love the little coconut guys. So 7 from 8. If you go right over the point of the platform there, you'll dunk it right in. Honestly, shocked that only happened once, because I putted that hole a lot. Look, you don't get burned right there, just in that spot of the lava. Oh, apologies, that's all me. So you crash land, it's like, oh, cast away, bye, but no, there are little people everywhere. Love it.